I just finished leveling my dancer to 90. Just got him to 90. Still don't have the gear, still rocking the 80 gear, but whatever. That's not what I'm here to talk about. That's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is this. For those of you who don't know, this is an event emote from All Saints Wake 2023. I did the event. This is what I got. I finished it in about 30 minutes. I was disappointed, to be honest, because I wanted something more. I wanted to have some fun with other people, with other players, being it an MMO. I thought maybe there's gonna be some fun events, maybe some interesting fates, maybe something like some mini games, something. And to my huge disappointment, there was nothing. Besides some spots, some decorations like here. This is where usually the events start. But besides some decorations, 2 quests that take, like I said, about 30 minutes to finish. And an emote that you get after you finish the first quest, I think. And then you can buy this wall-mounted vampire bats furniture kind of thing. That's it. So, like I said, I was disappointed. What did I want to do? I thought I will go on to Reddit and, just voice my thoughts. Nothing malicious. Just like a small piece to just be like, hey guys, kinda wish there was more. This is kind of disappointing, but just throwing it out there. Um, this is the page for All Saints Wake. As you can see, the event lasts from October 27th to November 13th at the location that I was standing in right now. You have to be level 15 to get it, to start the quests. And you get an emote and a wall mount. That's it. Very simple page, very simple event. So what I did was, oh, not this one. Ignore that. My car was broken. I was looking for some answers. It's fixed now, if anyone cares. This is what I wrote. Hello everyone, before I write this, I want you to understand that I mean no hate towards the game. It's just feedback and some criticism. I think that seasonal events are extremely lazy content that can be breezed through in less than 30 minutes with poor rewards. And once you finish it, that's all there is to it. I can't be the only one who finds the events uninteresting, void of passion, excitement, and playfulness. It's there it's there only because other games do them and they feel like they need to fill that tick on a checklist. There are plenty of MMOs that do these events so much better and more entertaining. For me personally, perfect example would be RuneScape. Their events are elaborate, interesting, with some great rewards after most of the time. And the best part, once you finish it, you can come back to the event and do something with the people. Example, throw snowballs at each other, build a snowman, daily activities. They even make entire new areas to have those events in. I guess all I'm saying is that I expected more from a $15 a month game when it comes to events. I hope they look into it and do better because these events don't feel exciting and are not something that I personally look forward to because I know it will be just a single quest. That's all I wrote. I thought I was very respectful and, just voice my concern or my opinion. Not even a concern, just an opinion. Um, and as you can see from just this, Final Fantasy community cannot take criticism. And the funny thing is, I heard so many people say that before. Like so many videos where people say, Final Fantasy community, it's very hard to criticize. If you say something bad, you will get attacked, blah, 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 and so on. And I never believed it. I was like, nah, man, this is just like simple, um, like minorities and small groups of people, and I have personally never encountered it, so it's not that bad until I wrote this. And it's very clear that people do not take criticism, and most people didn't even read what I wrote. I think they just read maybe to about here, and then they stopped. And then the rest of it they just filled out in their own minds and took it as a attack on the game. How could you? And you can see that from the comments. Uh, we have storylines going on for years in some seasonal events. We have a quick story and a free emote reward, and sometimes an outfit or mount with visual changes to the starting cities. It's not bad, and I have no idea what you are expecting for content that is in game for 2 weeks. That's the tamest one. That's whatever. I didn't even interact with that one. Someone wrote, I'd rather less dev time go into an event that exists for 2 weeks and then goes away forever, and more time being spent making something perpetually available personally. I also prefer an event I don't have to grind for. I literally don't know where people are getting. And there's multiple comments talking about, like, right here, there's a grind right here, there's a grind right here. There's some other ones that I saw talking about a grind, but as you can see, nowhere in my post did I write anything about grinding. Nowhere. I didn't say any, I didn't even use that word. So I have no idea where these people come up with the grind part. But like I said, they read half of it and just filled it out with the rest of it themselves. I replied, but end of the day, they are doing neither. So we lose either way. And then it was some bullshit response. So I just stopped interacting. After getting these comments, after reading some of them, I just stopped interacting altogether because I saw it's gonna go nowhere. Look at these minus 32 dislikes. Um, because all the work going into the new graphics is doing nothing. All the work going into the new graphics is doing nothing. I didn't say that. Because upgrading the die system is nothing. We're not getting those until next year. I'm talking about events right now, things that we're getting right now. So, what are you saying? I'm supposed to be satisfied with what we will get in what, little less than a year? And I should be satisfied right now. And I should be continue paying $15 every month. It's not 15. I think it's like $12 every month. Um, for 10 months until we get this content that he's talking about, because making it so we can wear hats and glasses at the same time is nothing. Yes, to me personally, this is nothing. Wearing hats and glasses at the same time doesn't mean that something would take a lot of development time or effort to do. But I'm not a developer, so that's just my opinion, which could be wrong. And if it's wrong, then I'm wrong. Um, the dev team is doing plenty. This is what I'm talking about. Like, these are the type of fan comments I got in my in this Reddit thread. That was just like excuses, 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 and I can see why people think that they can't criticize without getting attacked, because you can't. Because as soon as you criticize, they come up with a million excuses why something can't be done. A perfect example would be of Uh, no, that's not it. This one. Here's the thing. You can either have good seasonal content, good good patch content, not both. It's not like the events are short because it's what the player base prefers or whatever. It's what they have time for. We get brand new content every 4 months. Seasonal events aren't the cake itself or the icing. Seasonal events are the little decorative cherries on top of said icing. They're not the main show. I replied to this one. With the game exploding as it did in the last 2 years, there is no reason why we shouldn't have both. And honestly, I don't buy the whole we only have time for X or Y anymore. How come the game makes more money from players, but we still get same things we got in 2015 to 2023? And I think that's true. Um, we get same stuff. The pattern for the patches is always the same. If you think about it, if you really think about it, this guy is saying that we get huge content patches every 4 months. That's true. We get huge content patches and brand new, not huge, brand new content patches every 4 months. But every 4 months, I end up giving them what, like $48, something like that, which is almost a full priced game. I can buy almost a full priced game with that kind of money, and I can get quite a lot of hours, depending on the game you buy, right? You can get anywhere from 15 to 60 to 100 hours of game time. When they release those patches, the every 4 months that they release those patches, it doesn't give you 30 hours of game time. It doesn't give you 60 hours of game time. It gives you a day of game time. For me personally, because I finished the story that they added to, right? I finished the story. I finished whatever dungeon raid or whatever they added into that patch in one day. That's it. And after that, I don't consider it as, oh well, you continue playing. Yes, but now I'm just redoing what I already did. I'm replaying the content. So for those 4 months that I spent $50, I only got maybe 10 hours of gameplay, new gameplay. Everything else is the same. And once you do that new gameplay once, I count that as now doing it the same, like doing, even though it's new, I'm redoing it. So it's not new anymore. That's really it. The only like, and there's lots. I will link this into into the description if you want to have a look at what other people are saying. I'm not gonna read every single one because, as you can see, there's lots of angry boys in here. A lot of angry boys. Um, so I'll just leave it in the description below. But there was one reasonable, and you know what? I'm not saying that everyone needs to agree with what I'm saying. I'm just saying that people in Final Fantasy community are assholes because you can disagree with me and still be somewhat polite and um, civil, I guess. You don't need to go into I need to defend my favorite game. Otherwise, I'm not a true fan, and you're not a true fan because you're saying bad things. You could easily say, well, I see what you mean, but here's the reason, blah, 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 right? And keep it civil. Instead, they flame you, they downvote every single comment you write, um, and that's that's childish. It's like throwing a tantrum. I wrote to one person. I wrote to one person somewhere. Yeah, I can't find it. It's yeah, I can't find it. I wrote somewhere that it's like throwing a tantrum. Oh, here you go. I wrote, I know exactly what I'm asking for. This person said that I'm not sure what I'm asking for. So I wrote, I know exactly what I'm asking for. It just seems like Final Fantasy community can't take a drop of criticism without throwing a tantrum, plugging their ears with their fingers, and shouting very loudly, "La la 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 la, I can't hear you." Look at all the angry comments for me literally saying that I expect more from a game that claims to be doing better than ever, and all of you are bringing up some kind of grind that I never once mentioned in my post. That's it. I got one decent response that I consider civil response that I can just even upvote because they actually gave me an somewhat of their opinion why I am wrong, which is surprise events vary. Some leave the zone, don't some don't. I guess that's what they meant to write. There are indeed events that take you out of Old Gridania and even into Shroud, where you then get to do an event Fate. There are events that make use of dungeons. There are events that unlock minigames that are permanently available in your toy box. The Gold Saucer has permanent minigames, Gates, Chocobo Racing, Triple Triad, Mahjong. There are events that are mildly grindy. There are events that aren't. And if you look around, the majority of content is timed to fit into 30-minute time slots. So 30-minute events aren't surprise. Even events have extra text cameos if you did previous events, MSQ side quests. The Halloween event has two extra zones, decorated and ready for picture taking and fooling around in NPC costumes. The winter event has snow patch decorations to use the snowball throwing emote from. The summer event has a big jumping puzzle, and I'm sure there are more that I have forgotten. See, this is how you answer. If you don't agree with something, if you think someone is writing something that is wrong, that is misinformed, this is how you answer. Not what those other people did. That's it. That's all I want to say. And with that, I will be leaving because I don't know what else to say. Uh, I think do better. Don't attack people that throw a drop of criticism. Final Fantasy community needs to learn to take criticism. Final Fantasy community needs to learn to embrace criticism because that's how you make the game better. That's how you improve the game. If you don't share anything at all with other community members, if you don't share anything at all with the developers, if you just accept everything they give you and shut down every opinion, you get a stale game. You get game that has nothing new to offer. You need more excitement. So embrace the criticism, give information to misinformed players, to misinformed opinions, and be civilized. Don't attack people for voicing their opinions. That's it. That's all I have to say. With that, I'm out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.